Howdy hecking hello H2Os, Roller Bros, and Jacob Greens alike. I'm your guide Q. Welcome back to some r/quityourBS and r/thathappened. I am deeply sorry. I'm still trying to fix the echo and trying to figure out some way that it won't sound like my laptop is currently exploding right next to my microphone. But you know, your boy's working on it. I hope you guys are all doing well. Let's get into some of these lying liars trying to pass things off that aren't valid facts. This is from, I don't know, some YouTube comment thread. I live in England, and a 7.1 magnitude earthquake is pretty normal around here. The strongest earthquake in England in the last 20 years was a 4.7 in 2002. Yeah, well, I'm 1,000 years old, so when something happens like every 40 years, it's pretty normal for me. Alright, here's an advertisement for new lounge sofa bed, floor recliner, chaise, folding, suede, free delivery. And you can see on the picture on the left, there is what seems to be a pretty normal-sized woman sitting in it comfortably. It looks to be a good size for her. But pictured below is an actual normal-sized woman in the actual product she received for $169. Here's her reaction. Honey, do I look big in the lounge? I had this delivered, paid $169. I don't know, what do you reckon? Think I look different to the woman in the picture? I questioned Paul, who I bought it through, and he said they didn't accept returns. Then before I could reply, he blocked me and deleted the item from sales. Now, what do I do with this child's chair described as a lounge? Ain't no lounging on this. I feel like Celeste Barber, don't buy this. Hey, on the bright side, if you ever have kids, at least they'll have a nice place to chill out. That is ridiculous. This is why you always gotta be skeptical of stuff you buy online. Hashtag coronavirus. Large explosion in Wuhan, China just happened about an hour ago. Hashtag Wuhan coronavirus, 1/24/2020. Somebody quote tweets this and says, this account is spreading a bunch of fake videos. This is from a chemical plant explosion in Tianjin in 2015. So not just regular fear-mongering, but fear-mongering with fake news, potentially having people who are in this area seeing this tweet or have loved ones in this area seeing this tweet and being in fear for their lives or the lives of their loved ones. You're really doing a service to everyone out there, my dude. Alright, this is one of the most disgusting things I've seen in a long time. Rest in peace, Vanessa Bryant, 1982 to 2020. Vanessa Bryant died of suicide after depression attack this morning, BBC News. And obviously this doesn't come from the actual BBC, so please do not attack them in any way. Don't attack anybody, but this person's exploiting the death of a famous person and his daughter by saying that his wife then committed suicide because she was so upset afterwards. This is fake news, and it's just an absolutely horrible thing to say happened. I can't imagine anybody being so motivated by clicks and revenue that they would do something like this. So taking it down many notches to something way less serious, this guy replies to FC Barcelona saying, hey, today is my birthday, can I get a reply please? FC Barcelona responds, so you were born twice in the same week, I see. And earlier that week, he had said, please reply to me, today is my birthday. FC Barcelona replies with a cake. So this guy got his wish. He got what he wanted. He got noticed by FC Barcelona, whether it was actually his birthday or not. And that just wasn't enough for him. He had to keep going for more. I don't know why. Maybe just to get artificial engagement on his posts or something, but it's pretty lame, my dude. My bro was in debt for drugs, but my dad cleared the debt by walking into the gang's headquarters and telling them if they don't leave this kid alone, he'll kill all of them. Probably something you don't want to hear from a former Special Forces member whose main tasks were disarming tanks and assassinations. So you're telling me your brother was in a drug debt and your dad walked into a gang's headquarters where there hypothetically would be most likely many heavily armed gang members, and he just had a calm conversation with them about how he was going to murder all of them if they didn't leave your brother alone. Yes, that makes many a sense. So last year I got so fucked up on ecstasy that I ended up painting an exact replica of the Last Supper. Best part is, I had an art project due the following Monday in school, and not only did I get an A, but the teacher sent it to an art museum in France, and now it's hung up there with my name below it. I got $50,000 from a drug binge. Don't do drugs, kids. Or do, I don't know. Oh man, Tumblr, like, I remember being on Tumblr. Tumblr is the absolute haven for r/thathappened stories. I adore it. This thing gets 91,000 notes. That's how many people were like, yes, this is a real thing that happened. This is something that can happen to you if you just replicate the Last Supper. I'm sure there's plenty of people that can paint an exact replica of the Last Supper. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from any artist out there, but I don't think that that is really worth $50,000 unless you did, I don't know. But let me know what you think, artists out there, people that know art and stuff. I don't know. Oh my god. Meet Whiplash. Introduced in Doom Eternal, this slithering, chain-lashing foe is the series' first female demon. Hits PS4 March 20th. This isn't even remotely true, what the hell? Not only are the Summoner and Spider Masterminds female, but Doom 3 had several female demons. Why are you lying about this? And I'm equally confused, because this isn't like Kotaku or JerryPlaysGames.com or some random publication. This is goddamn PlayStation, like the PS 1s, 2s, and 3s, and 4s. This is some serious stuff. Why are they lying? I'm sure they just wanted to be excited about something and they were just incorrect about it. There's already been female demons, bruh. Oh yes, this is the sort of story that I live for. I was 12 years old and partying with people 4 times my age. I was doing 21-plus-year-old stuff every single day, to where I basically quit drinking/partying shortly after I was legally old enough to buy alcohol. I've been all over the States. I've seen and done things that most men twice my age never will. I've lived what feels like 3 or more lives in just 28 years. I've walked through more paths of life and have been through more than I could ever possibly describe on Facebook. I have held dozens of titles, and I've earned a lifetime's worth of experience. I've seen and been through hell and back all of my life, and I've also felt pure and utter bliss. This is why I sit at home and mind my own business nowadays. I've been there, and I've likely done that twice. That's also why I rarely get along with people my age, and why I cannot stand small-minded, ignorant, immature people. I've been beyond humbled, and have vouches that have seen me before and after the death of my ego. We are not even the same species. Does anybody else have like a raging heart on right now? I love this. I love this so much. I could read like 100 stories exactly like this. This is so great. Yeah, this definitely sounds like something that was written by a person who has experienced the death of their ego and has no ego whatsoever. I came downstairs from a one-night stand at this girl's apartment one Sunday morning. There was a sad dude sitting on the couch. After the usual acknowledgments and a brief chat, he admitted to being her boyfriend. I apologized, said she told me she was single, etc. He said, "Wow, you're way cooler than the last one." I felt so bad about how she had beaten the dude down, I made him come with me and we left and went to brunch. I kinda laid down the laws about relationships being a two-way street and not hanging out with people you can't trust not to crap on you. He dumped her shortly after. We're still bros. I guess the rule here is to help a brother out, especially when their heart and pee-pee have their brain malfunctioning. I guess, like, hypothetically, if someone was truly this weak and beaten down as a human being, they might decide to go out to brunch with the dude who just banged their girlfriend. But I don't know, this seems like a very implausible story. I mean, you're saving lives out there. And, I mean, the theme, the moral of the story is a good point. You gotta stand up for yourself and not let people take advantage of you. This one is a doozy, and it is worth it. This is a 1-star review of a gun range. The procedures in check-in are confusing. When something was done wrong, they came out screaming and on personal cell phones took pictures of IDs. I understand banning children who broke rules and even going to the office to make reports, but you stole these kids' IDs by using personal equipment. Response from the owner. Here are the actual facts. If this was about the incident on Sunday, February 24th at about 3 p.m., which from the poster's description it must have been, although the date is not mentioned. The review was posted within an hour after the occurrence. The poster was not registered at the range as a user, so the basis of her supposed knowledge of any incident cannot be determined. She was not with the two individuals at the time and was not at the range, so how does she know what actually happened? Was she there, or is this a second or third-hand account? We require all range users to sign in at the range entry booth, and there is no record of her attendance at all that day. The range has been open for just short of 6 years now, and we have never had a problem with people not understanding the requirement to check in at the range control office before entering and shooting, even though we see many first-time range users and new shooters. We have more than 5,000 range users per year. No one has ever mentioned being confused about the location of the range check-in or the designated shooting area. These two people never came into the range office to see about shooting and get a briefing on the range procedures. In fact, they deliberately drove away from the designated range parking area to a location by the archery area, well away from the obvious shooting facility. While there were a few cars by the range building, that parking lot area was nowhere near full. Since the range was hot when they arrived, the sounds of other shooting and views of the actual range would have been obvious. Everything about their conduct indicates that they intentionally avoided following normal procedures and contact with range staff. Alright, so that was good contextual information. This is where it gets spicy. The incident involved two adults, not children. It was a major safety issue, not just a minor misunderstanding of range rules. The 23-year-old man and 20-year-old woman had a 5.56mm rifle which they brought out loaded in the parking lot in violation of the prominent warning signs posted along the entry drive. The man then started shooting the rifle from the edge of the parking area next to our training building, not the range shooting area. He shot in the direction towards our trap range, which we use all the time. This is a gun range. Deadly weapons are used, and we take our rules about safe handling and use very seriously. We strictly enforce our rules for the safety of everyone. Of course, there was a strong response by the range staff to someone shooting in the parking area. It was reckless and very dangerous. And no, IDs and property were not stolen. The two individuals were interviewed and their IDs were checked and documented along with their vehicle and rifle information in order to prepare a range incident report and notification to the sheriff's office since their shooting was in violation of county ordinances. Everything was returned to them before they left and they were not detained. This was not an overreaction by the range staff to a minor issue. It was a very serious situation and handled as such. Oh my dear Lord. These people are pulling out loaded weapons in a parking lot and just shooting them off recklessly, and you have the audacity to leave a 1-star review of the business and just further publicly make your friends look like idiots for doing this. This is insane. Yeah, dude, screw this big bad gun range for trying to keep people safe. What the hell are you thinking? Yo, I just want to promise you guys, I've got some fresh ideas coming down the road. I want to get this sound thing figured out before I attack those, because I want the sound of, like, extra special videos to be not great. But anyway, I thank you all for watching videos and stuff like that. If you want to support the channel, you can hit that join button below the thing. It should be, like, blue or something like that. I'd like to thank all of the people that support Regrettable Stitches, Allison B, 4 Jared, Connor G, Crippin Fennec, Kaija Bay, Tasha K, and Catco for being top tier supporters, as well as everyone else you see on your screen. Hope you guys are all doing super well, skating on to the best of your abilities, drinking a sufficient amount of H2O, and you guys are very special and nice, and I appreciate you very much, and I hope things are going well. Peace out, Cub Scouts. I'll see you very soon.